How are we going, folks? Welcome back to the Nightmare Cabin. We're doing an album review tonight, and we're going to be talking about this new live album from Heathen. This is Bleed the World Live. Let's have a quick look at the booklet. Let's put that out. Got the artwork there. Some live shots in the middle there. It's pretty cool. And yeah, Heathen, fantastic band, and I think everyone will consider Heathen to be a underrated band, and probably, I suppose it's down to the fact that they've kind of gone on a hiatus for a while, and they kind of had like a staggered career. They put out 2 albums. Let's go through it. We've got Breaking the Silence in 1987, Victims of Deception in 1991. So it was these 2 were the main. You got a couple of like demos and compilations and EPs in between as well, but this is the main crux of it all. So you got these 2, which are pretty much, underrated classics. Whenever you're doing a thrash top 10, Heathen's not always going to get mentioned, but if you do the top 20 or top 30, one of these albums is probably going to get mentioned. And in 2010, you had the Evolution of Chaos, great sort of reunion album. And then, another 10 years later, 2020, we got the, what's this song called again? Emperor of the Blind. I reviewed this when this first came out, in the very early days of the channel. I'll have to hunt it down and put a link to it in the description below if you want to check that out. I'll probably do a retrospective at some point. Also, speaking of links to videos in the description, I've got upcoming Q&A for the channel. So go in the description, click on the video. If you've got a question, anything music, film, books related, or ask anything really, click on that video and leave a question. So let's get into it. This is a bit of a double-edged sword. I don't know what to start with, the positive or the negative. Let's start with the negative, yeah? Let's start with the fun stuff. Right, so it's a live album. It's the first live release from the band. And here's the problem, yeah? You got 9 tracks, 40 minutes, yeah? Right, 9 tracks. 2 of those are 30 seconds introduction or intro. So you got The Rotting Sphere, which is an intro track, which goes into The Blight. Then we've got The Heathen Hold, which is literally 30 seconds of the singer in the crowd going, whoa, whoa, back to each other. Whoa, David White, sorry, his name slipped my mind. 30 seconds of whoa, whoa, between the band and the crowd. So that's 2, right, so we've got that down to 7. Then smack in the middle, you've got Set Me Free, a cover by a Sweet cover, which, fair enough, that was on the first album, or second album. Was that the first album? Yeah, Set Me Free was on the first album. But we've only got so much time. Did we really need a cover, Popular as it is or was, it's irrelevant, it's a cover. We've got 40 minutes here. 7 proper tracks, one of them's a cover. So then we narrow that down, 6 tracks. 3 are off the last album, Empire of the Blind. The Evolution of Chaos. And then you got 1 track off of each of the classic albums. 2 if you include the cover that's on Breaking the Silence. So it starts off like a pretty much normal gig. Most bands are quite, sort of top heavy with the new material. So they open up with a couple of tracks off the new album. They throw 1 song in the mix there. Do another one off that. Do the cover. Bit of whoa, whoa. And then 2 tracks off. So you literally get Hypnotized off of Victims of Deception and Goblin's Blade from Breaking the Silence. And it feels like, like a general concert. You open up with a couple of new tracks off the new album, maybe something off the last album, yeah. Then, right, bang, into some older stuff. And then the concert goes on, and then it's just, boom, it's over. So I don't know. The band. This must have been recorded either during a festival. Well, it was either a festival slot or they're on a tour where they're the opening band. And if it's a compilation, that makes it even more inexcusable. Yeah, by the looks of it. Yeah, it was 18th of July, 19th of July, 20th. Yeah. So each track is off a different. It's just, yeah, it's just a bit like. It kind of reminds me of one of those. Do you remember when everyone was putting out live at Dynamo EPs, like little live EPs? Testament did one, Forbidden did one, so on and so forth. Like these classic thrash bands, sort of in between the first and second album, you put out this live at Dynamo EP, which is fine. But Heathen have been going a long time, and there's big long gaps between their albums. And don't get me wrong, for a band that's been going this long, you know, this is 4 solid albums. These are all fantastic. And Heathen, you know, Heathen deserve a live album, a good live album. And I was looking forward to hearing this. And it's basically a glorified EP. So that's the negative, really. It feels like just as they're getting warmed up, it ends. And yeah, and the fact that they've got the cheek to put a 30-second whoa between a crowd and call that a track. I mean, come on. Yeah. So that's the moan over. Good. Well, yeah. This is the annoying thing. All of these songs are really good. They sound really good. The band are on top form. Lee Altus isn't on it though, which is weird. I'm guessing he was busy touring with Exodus, but yeah, it's kind of weird as well that they've done a live album without him. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel it's a shame because the track listing, all the songs are really good and all the performances are really good and it sounds really good, which just makes it all the more. It feels like, yeah, this is a good sampler. I'll buy the album now, you know, and this is all you get. So, yeah, it's a shame because I'm kind of pissed off on one hand, but what I have got is really good. So, if you are a Heathen fan, is it worth Well, it's certainly worth listening to. I'll leave it up to you if you want to buy it or not, but I would put it under for completists only, and I wouldn't have. I would have held out on buying it if I'd have known how short it was. So, yeah, bit of a misfire, this one. Like I say, 4 fantastic albums. Again, there's a couple of compilations and EPs and odds and sods in the middle. But yeah, this is the main bulk of their catalogue. And yeah, like I say, 4 awesome albums. The band deserve... That there really was room for a really good live album, and they would have had they would have been spoilt for choice to put together even if it was an hour long, you know, we're 40 minutes in anyway with this, but an extra 20 minutes, you know, an hour and 10 minutes even. It didn't have to be a big epic. Just say like a good hour long set of songs selected from 4 awesome albums, you know. It was time. It would have been great. It would have been, you know, yeah. Heathen deserved a good live album. Unfortunately, this isn't it. So, yeah, Debbie Downer, I'm afraid. But one has to be honest, and I did pay for my copy, so bollocks. Yeah, there you go. But check out their 4 albums if you haven't, and I will put a link to my review of this album when it came out. And yeah, if you got a Q&A, if you want to contribute a question to my upcoming Q&A, click on the link in the description and just leave a comment on the channel, leave a comment on the video even. And yeah, that's it for now. Pantera Cast is coming back next week, and Exodus retrospective is coming up sometime this weekend, maybe early next week as well. So I'll see you all soon. Cheers, guys. Take care.